Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of all fandoms, welcome to the Ferret and Raccoon podcast, episode 19. I am the angry Raccoon.
And I am Ace.
And we are back. We are close to the 20th podcast and close to the end of the year as well.
Yeah, it would seem. Almost going into the second technical year of the podcast. Yeah.
Technically, yeah. I mean, we tried to do this, for anyone who's new, we tried to do this once a week, but that just wasn't working. And so we're doing it every 2 weeks-ish. I think, I wonder if we'll be able to hit 30 numbered podcasts. Because overall we've done about 22.
Okay.
But, I don't know, maybe. Maybe we can have 30 this year.
I'm sure we'll get there.
We'll see what happens. I mean, there's still 20 weeks left of the year, so I'd say it most likely will happen. But other than that, we are back again. I have a cold, so I'm going to apologise for my voice sounding so terrible. And I've brought Ace with me for this next podcast.
I'm still not Ferret, but I'm still here.
Yes, Ferret is he's currently working on moving location for college and house and all that. So he does have a legit reason for not being here with us today. But I wouldn't worry about that. He'll be back here soon, and maybe someone else will pop by as well.
I'm still waiting for the podcast to change to the Ferret, Raccoon, and Ace. Just in a little bit down there.
Well,
I'm still waiting for that.
I don't know if that's ever going to happen. Maybe within the artwork or thumbnail for anything, but I think the title should still stand. He is a co-creator of it as well.
Yeah, I know.
But so we're back again. I mean, it is a nice, miserable day in London. The weather has been so damn sporadic.
Oh yeah, it's rain and then a tiny bit of sun cracking through the cloud and then just nothing and then more rain.
Yes, I remember this morning actually waking up, seeing it being sunny and being like, all right, and then going to sleep for half an hour and it's raining.
Yeah, basically.
It's that kind of weather, but it's the perfect kind of weather which I like to consider as cinema day. When it's raining, go cinema, watch a film, just stay inside. And I think we have both been watching a good couple films over the last couple weeks or so, but I think we're only going to mention one or two. And I guess I'll start with you, Ace. So what have you been watching? This is something we're going to start doing at the beginning of the podcast instead of the end. But
yeah, it's a nice little change. I've been watching a film called Detention. This film is by director Joseph Kahn. He's usually a music video director. He's done Always by Blink-182, Without Me by Eminem, more recently Bad Blood by Taylor Swift. Most people would actually recognise him from the Power Rangers short that was on YouTube. That was him.
Oh, right.
Yeah. The film Detention is a weird kind of meta comedy on horror films, doing the whole Scream kind of thing. Set in a high school. The only actor that would be well known is the male lead, who's currently in the Hunger Games films.
Wouldn't know who that is.
If someone watches,
I doubt the fan base even knows.
Yeah, if they've seen the trailers, they might have recognised him. But it's a nice little meta comedy. It's like Mean Girls meets Scream in a way, and then things get pumped up to craziness. And I really can't say much without spoiling anything. It goes out there, but I feel like it's lacking in a few things. Some of the timing's off, some of the jokes aren't there.
So it's primarily a horror and comedy.
Yeah. Something that I was thinking when I was watching this is if this was directed by Edgar Wright, it would have been perfect because it's his style. It's just not done right. It's trying to replicate it.
Do you think it was intentionally trying to be copycat?
Not necessarily copycat, more inspiration, but just not as understood. Leaving jokes a little breathing time, stuff like that wasn't there. Yeah,
so essentially you're saying this is the film could have worked if it really had that initial punch that some of his films have, that pace, because I mean a lot of Edgar Wright's comedy does come within obviously good writing and that, but as well as being timing within editing as well. That's something he's known for and mastered throughout all his films.
Yeah, this does the more American thing of we've done something, cut to the next bit, not leaving stuff enough time at all.
Yeah, I mean there's that bit you were talking about with 2015's Fantastic Four, the whole bit with let's just call it the interracial fist bump.
Oh,
they just don't get it, and they just hang on that shot for just way too long. And
in the trailer they hang on it enough, but in the film it's literally fist bump, cut, and that's it.
Yeah, it doesn't work. What is that, a joke? Is that racist?
It's supposed to be a joke.
Bonding, character development?
It's kind of both. It was supposed to be Reed Richards doesn't understand, like, fist bumps, so he just goes...
Well, let me put that in layman's terms. Reed Richards doesn't know what black people are.
Yeah, basically.
It's funny, right?
That's what it's supposed to be.
Basically, bit of a shame, I guess.
But I do recommend Detention. It was funny, and I was laughing at it. It was quite enjoyable. It gets better as it goes on.
That's always a good thing.
Yeah.
Speaking of film that somewhat, I wouldn't say it gets better as it goes on. It's like consistently good. I recently properly watched This Is Spinal Tap.
Ah, the classic.
The classic, what is the term for it?
Mockumentary.
Mockumentary about a British rock band named Spinal Tap and a fictional director / filmmaker following them as they go on their... was there a particular name for the tour? I
can't remember either.
Going on their kind of tour to release their new album, interestingly titled Sniff the Glove. I'd not watched the film in full. I'd only ever seen clips and a couple scenes of it, but I recently got it on DVD and I watched it. And it's the main thing I wanted to talk about just real quick. And the film is pretty damn funny. I mean, it's not like an all-out just what do you call it, joke after joke after joke. It is set within that documentary style, and everything is filmed and edited and done within a super serious way. You're just kind of laughing at how these characters would even just jump to these conclusions and stuff like that. Yeah. I mean, for example, there's one scene where they meet the other guy in the band, and they're kind of just chatting to him, and the guy's like, "Oh well, I would stay and chat, but I got to go outside and wait on the bench for my taxi for 10 minutes," and it's just like. Yeah, you kind of think it's like, well, wouldn't you at least you got nothing to do, so would you But there are some brilliant jokes in this film. I mean, the story is pretty great as well. I mean, the kind of idea and message behind, this band, which is aesthetically washed up to some extent, and what they're gonna do, and the fact that they're not as popular as they are. It's something that if you are, I guess, a struggling music artist, it's something you should watch because it's something that's going to happen. No one stays relevant forever, not even Michael Jackson. He was pretty irrelevant towards the 2000s, unfortunately.
Yeah.
It's going to happen to a lot of these bubblegum artists out right now. I mean, people I hate to keep going on about it, people like Taylor Swift. I mean, she's going to be old news in about a year. I mean, the only reason she's going out with Calvin Harris is because she wants her album to be relevant come next year.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that.
Yeah, that's the only reason. She will dump him as soon as that album comes out.
Yeah, of course. And then she can make an album about that.
Oh, yeah, of course. And she'll get a lookalike in the video to Calvin Harris. She'll claim that he abused her and all that kind of stuff because she's got to stay relevant. Possibly, I mean, I think Taylor Swift hasn't... I don't know, either Taylor Swift, her management, or her focus group hasn't quite realised yet that she's no longer the girl next door anymore. That's Carly J. Jefferson now, who's going to lose that title very soon anyway.
It's Carly Rae Jepsen. She's 26 or something, isn't she?
Yeah, something
Which is really weird, her doing the whole girl next door bubblegum stuff, considering the age. Taylor Swift, I think, is my age-ish.
Is she? I thought she was 35 or something.
No, she's 20-something, young 20s.
I thought she was old. Well, she's old news anyway. But yeah, I think the film was great. I mean, there's a lot of lines and a lot of jokes, and especially the running joke with how their lead drummer seems to die.
Yeah.
For some weird reason. It would, one of them spontaneously combusts for no reason. And just having a serious conversation about someone spontaneously combust is one of the funniest ideas put to film.
Yeah.
Especially, I have no idea how anyone got through any of those takes without just killing themselves laughing.
I'm pretty sure there's probably some special features things where they start talking and it's just laughter.
I'm sure. I mean, there's too many well done jokes in the film, and I mean, when they introduce the lead singer's, he's the lead singer and the guitarist, girlfriend, this bullshit hippie chick who just wants nothing more than... And I like that character mainly because she's such an arse, mainly because there are people like that who won't push themselves to do anything in life, won't strive to be anything, will just give up, mooch off someone else, and then try and convert that into some kind of meaning or purpose in life for them. Oh, I'm doing this for the best because I know what's best. I mean, without spoiling too much, when this character does get introduced, it does pick up the pace within the story, and you do get more story elements, and you can clearly see that things aren't working out. It's a traditional story of how bands were. If you look like Beach Boys and Beatles and all that kind of stuff, it's very much in that vein. Maybe it's a parody, I don't know, but well, without the fame and the fortune, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it's a great film. I highly recommend it to anyone who wants to see true comedy, because that's been missing for a while.
A lot of films nowadays don't have that comedy stuff. You got to go back,
especially American films. I think they do it the worst. They don't really understand comedy anymore. That's why they're just looking at like English and German films and TV series and go, well, this show is funny. If we just do exactly the same, it will be funny too, because we're running out of ideas. Someone help us.
Like something I always talk about, American In-Betweeners. Just horrible.
It's the perfect example of...
They tried to copy the jokes without understanding them. Yeah,
it was no different than just someone reading like the script, basically. I mean, it was bad. I mean, just one example was they used to show it here in England for some reason at like about 9 o'clock on one of our channels. It was so bad. My sister went to bed early on a Saturday. She went to bed at 9. I was like, where are you going? She's like, nah, it's crap, I'm going to bed. And I'm like, is there nothing else on? She's like, no, I'm not watching that.
I think we learned something here. Parents, if you want your children to go to bed,
just put on In-Betweeners USA.
Yes, put on In-Betweeners USA.
Lock the TV, put the DVD in.
Yeah.
Oh god,
put that on, they'll go to bed, they will behave.
Jeez, man, that's pretty bad. But yeah, that was a pretty... that's rough. Alright, let's move on to some stories, and I've got the first one here, mainly coming from one of the more topical things we're going to be talking about in this podcast, coming from one game company, and that is Nintendo. First, starting off with the fact that Pikmin 4 has been confirmed and is nearly finished.
Oh, nice.
Yes, which is good. During an interview with Eurogamer, Shigeru Miyamoto said, actually it's very close to completion. The Pikmin teams are always working on the next one, which I'm not sure if that's implying a 5 or that's implying just the working on of a 4.
Yeah, that's really confusing how they phrase that.
Yeah, I mean, do you want to read it again just in case you didn't quite get it?
Yeah,
okay.
Yes.
Actually very close to completion. Pikmin teams are always working on the next one.
Okay, I think I get it. It's like saying, obviously once they finish one game, they're, working on the next one, seeing if it works.
Obviously makes sense if the Wii U wants to, have a... Well, it already has a strong lineup, but have a strong, back catalogue.
4 going to be on Wii U, or...?
I'd imagine so, because I mean...
I thought it was like NX, like it was going to be for an NX launch or something.
Well, I mean, just from what I'm guessing, if they're already confirming this game, it's most likely going to release 2016 next year for the Wii U, and I don't think NX is going to be shown off next year, but I don't think we'll be seeing NX until at least this time next year.
Okay.
That's just my prediction, but... I'm looking forward to it. I'm glad that Pikmin 3 was able to come back, do well, regain its fans, obviously impress, and then they can do a 4th. So we'll have 2 installments on it. So it's weird how we got Pikmin 1 and 2 on GameCube, skipped a generation, we're going to get 3 and 4 on Wii U.
That's actually pretty cool. It's keeping it nice and concise.
It's nice and concise. I mean, most people like the 3rd one. I still need to pick it up just for collection purposes, and the original 2.
I still think, like, the only Pikmin one I've actually played, unfortunately, was Pikmin 1, and that was when I was in hospital, and it was like, yeah, this is cool.
Yeah, I mean, I watched a friend beat the whole game, so it was like, I like the games.
Yeah.
They're pretty cool. I'll take the next one as soon as you can pretty much go ahead and take the one after that, because I know you're going to want to talk about this one.
Okay.
So... essentially, earlier on this week, there was a rumor going around that a Kingdom of Hearts 2.9 was a thing.
Okay.
Mainly due to the fact that it was spotted on someone's LinkedIn profile mentioning a Kingdom Hearts 2.9 for PS3, PS4. Which I thought was a bit weird because we already had the 2.5 release, which was 3 games. It was like 2 and a couple other games. And apparently also this... the phrase 2.9 also appeared during E3's... excuse me.
2.8?
No, 2.9
okay.
appeared during Square Enix's E3 presentation schedule before it was taken down. What this also meant was that supposedly this was going to be like another like kind of just a few more games, because anyone who knows what the 1.5 and 2.5 means there's still a few games we haven't not like complete, because there was Dream Drop Distance and Birth by Sleep, which was Dream Drop Distance was on a 3DS and SP had Birth by Sleep, which was the last game to come out.
Yeah.
So most people are guessing, oh, that's what it's going to be. It's going to be like just before 3. And additionally, we've also on the LinkedIn profile also had information about Kingdom Hearts 3, I think one of the bigger games coming out next year. The fact that the Gummy Ship would be returning.
The Gummy Ship?
Gummy Ship. It's you see it in the first game, I know that for a fact, and it's basically this ship that you can build. And because the way you traverse through the Disney worlds is you'd have this Gummy Ship, you'd shoot things down, and you just kind of fly through. Okay. It was that ship. You also got to speak to Chip and Dale, who would go with all the tutorial on that.
Yeah.
Also, there may be multiplayer in Kingdom Hearts 3, which would be interesting.
Curious. And
supposedly a whole world based on one Pixar film. Which we'll get to that in a sec. But as we all know, or most should know, Tokyo Game Show was happening over the course of last week, and so it was announced that Kingdom Hearts 2.8 was confirmed.
Right, okay.
Which is basically Dream Drop Distance, Birth by Sleep, and another game. So the rumour turned out to be correct about this 2.9 thing, but it's actually 2.8. I'm wondering if they changed the name just because 2.9 had been seen a lot.
Yeah, maybe it was just like, well, we can't call it that. 2.8's good.
Maybe. I mean, so I guess all the things basically it's confirmed, so I'm just going to go on that. But I guess talking about Kingdom Hearts 3, the one thing that I don't really give a shit about multiplayer and the Gummy Ship.
Yeah.
But it's more about, like, this Pixar film. If this is true, it makes a lot of sense, because they are still animated films. Which film could they base a whole world in? Like, any ideas or any ones you would want?
San Francisco.
That's already been confirmed.
Oh.
And that's not Pixar. That's Disney.
That's the thing, I thought Big Hero 6 counted as a Disney Pixar.
It's a Disney film. But it's using kind of like the same animation specs that Pixar would use. But it's a Disney film, and that is going to have a world.
Okay.
Yeah, Sora will be teaming up with Hero.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
I have a feeling they might do the Toy Story world.
That makes sense.
I have a feeling, mainly because you have great cast of characters and you kind of have a villain. Not a lot of the Pixar films have villains.
Yeah, it's very true.
Which is a great thing about Pixar films. I'm just looking at my Pixar collection, just trying to remember them. If I were to guess, I would think I think Incredibles would make sense.
Yeah, I mean, considering there's an Incredibles 2 coming out soon as well.
Monsters Inc. wouldn't make any sense, because I'm not sure what else you could do with the Monsters universe. Films like Ratatouille wouldn't quite make sense. Bugs Life would make sense.
Yeah, I was going to say Bugs Life, considering there are actually villains in that one as well.
Cars, hell no.
Yeah,
Only because I don't really want to see Donald turn into a fucking car.
Oh my god, Kingdom Hearts, nuts and bolts.
Oh god, no. Let's not do that. Up wouldn't make much sense. I don't know. It's a nice film.
It's a great film. It's too dramatic and sad.
I'm thinking they're going to surprise people and they're going to do Brave.
That'd actually be smart.
Because that's a really nice world.
Yeah.
And it's a very underrated film. I'm not saying it's great. I'm just saying it's an underrated film. It's the one people forget.
That's the thing. I always forget that's even I always think that's supposed to be Disney, because obviously, like Disney Princess, but she's not. But
I don't know. Do you have any specific ones you would like to have a world just based off Pixar?
Considering I'm a massive fan of Incredibles, I would like Incredibles.
If they can somehow do Ratatouille, that'd be cool.
The problem is Ratatouille is there's nothing really magical in a way about it.
No, but at the same time, the world is nice. It's France, so they could do something. I don't know. They could surprise people. I mean. I never really understood how they could do a Nightmare Before Christmas world, but they did it.
Yeah, although that's very fantastical. That's why
it is fantastical, but at the same time, almost all the Pixar films are fantastical. It's just not super fantastical compared to others. I mean, not unless you've seen Brave, there is a fantastical element in the film. But for the most part, you'll be like, oh, it's about a girl and she shoots the arrow, and that's what you think the film is about.
Yeah,
but it's not.
The Brave games.
It will most likely be Toy Story, I think.
Yeah, likely. But, considering something fantastical, soon or later, we can go on a fantastical journey ourselves into a magical world of Pokemon.
Set in the real world, though.
Yes! It's we're... just to let you guys know, Pokemon Go, a mobile-based Pokemon game in which you can actually go outside and catch Pokemon, is happening.
Next year, apparently. This news pretty much dropped, and my first reaction to this trailer was, what?
You know what my first reaction was? The South Park South Park voice. Some people gonna die. That was it.
I think so. I mean, just give him a little bit more information about what exactly is going on before I go into jokes or whatever.
Well, basically, you can use you got this small kind of Bluetoothy device thing, and use that and with your phones to catch Pokemon. It'll vibrate if Pokemon are in the area. You can find them on your screen, virtual reality.
So it's the phone is the actual app you have, and then you get the wristband, and that is what alerts you to where Pokemon are.
Yeah, and you catch them with one click of a button. Which, do you actually battle them? Because I don't know if.
According to that hilarious trailer, I guess you do.
Well, that only it only showed a battle with Mewtwo in that trailer. Which, maybe it's just legendaries you battle, others you just catch normal.
So, my question was, could you actually catch legendaries?
I'm not sure, because everyone would want it, and whoever catches it, people's going to be pissed off.
Yeah, someone's going to die today.
Yeah. Hence why that was my first thought. South Park, some people are going to die.
I don't know about this. I mean, I can understand people being excited about it, but I don't know. I just know some crazy fucking shit. I only think this is going to be popular in Japan. I think a lot of Western people aren't going to give a shit about it too much. I mean, I haven't necessarily looked at what it's actually going to look like, because it's not going to look like that CGI trailer. But
True.
I mean, people don't be fooled, much like we had that April Fool's, the same thing with Google Maps.
Oh yeah, but that was actually on Google.
That was crap.
Yeah.
I don't want it to be like that. I'm just only loving all the jokes and the memes coming out of this.
Some of it's pretty.
I mean, one person even theorized the creepy idea of trying to go to sleep at night and there being a Mr. Mime in the fucking corner of the room,
just watching you sleep.
And it's just how creepy is that?
That sounds like a creepypasta. You just see the Bluetooth thing vibrating and then you check your phone on the thing, and just Mr. Mime in the corner watching. That's horrifying. Yeah,
I'm not a fan of that. No way.
Well, what if you're walking down some dark alley and there's a haunter or something,
I ain't fucking with that.
Exactly.
Some of them ghost Pokemon will fuck you up.
Shuppet and Drifloon just carry you in, shit, turn you into monsters.
Yeah. Damn, Pokemon, you scary.
Exactly. But, literally, when this comes out, I'm putting on my Ash Ketchum hat, I'm going out there. I'm going to have my backpack, I'm going to have a sleeping bag, I'm journeying.
I can imagine there's going to be a lot of people doing that. You're going to get stories. I'm pretty sure in this podcast we're going to have a story of one guy travels all around the world to catch them all. And he catches all 600, 700 of them.
And then I'll end up going into my local gym and challenging them. I'll literally have it
challenge all the bodybuilders.
Yeah.
Come on!
And none of them will have it, so I'll just accept a badge. I'll be like,
going into the swimming pool, where's Misty?
Yeah, exactly.
Yo, lifeguard, where's Misty? I can see this. I can see this leading in blood.
Yeah, probably.
Let's hope it doesn't.
Yeah.
But I get the feeling that this obviously isn't the last time we'll be hearing about Pokemon Go, whether it be good or bad.
I'm waiting to hear the first news report of someone's in the hospital because their friend wanted a Pokemon they caught. I know that's going to happen.
I mean, if two friends stabbed each other over a fight about Apple and Android, then I'm sure it's going to happen.
Yeah, it's possible.
I mean, this is going to be off the chain for the most part. I mean, good lord.
It's going to be great.
That's all I can say. But I guess we'll move on to... Well, we got so much Nintendo kind of news to talk about on this podcast. We're just going to... Nintendo, maybe the Nintendo podcast, perhaps, for this one particularly. But we'll kind of move back and forth, sharing these Nintendo stories. Go back 5 of them or so. I'll take this one, which isn't as happy-filled or happy-charged, and that is the fact that Nintendo seems to be going after speedrunners and ROM hackers. This is due to the fact that the YouTuber... I'm not even going to pronounce his whole name, mainly because... it's just a bit too long, and I'm scared I'll mess it up. It's Panga. That's the shortened version of it. Essentially, they've been taking down a lot of his videos, mainly hardest Super Mario level ever, and about 80% of his speedruns and ROM hack videos. Jeez. Now, he seems to be the main target at the moment, but I have no idea. But I'm pretty sure they'll go after others. It's a bit of a shame because, I mean, there was a slightly upsetting tweet that he made out where he says, well, YouTube just wrecked my channel. Rest in peace, me.
Jeez, stock.
Now, I didn't include this quote mainly because it was way too long, because Nintendo sent an anti-piracy email to him, which was just filled with so much just bullshittery. It was basically talking about the fact where it's like, it's our content, you shouldn't be doing this, we don't like the fact that you've done this, and it was just like... It was so dumb. I mainly got, like, I heard about the story thanks to the good buddy Alpha Omega Sin. Yeah. And while watching his video on it after writing this up, I do like this. I'll take this as a quote from him, and that is this is a question you should, Nintendo and everyone else should ponder. Is like, is it their right to do this?
Yeah.
Correct. Is it the right thing to do?
Yeah.
Just to think about Nintendo, I think mainly because Nintendo still doesn't understand YouTube.
No, it really doesn't. It doesn't understand that this is free advertisement.
To the max. I mean, Super Mario Maker, this is the main reason why they're going after it, is because Super Mario Maker has been fucking huge. People calling this one of the best Wii U games in period. Nintendo done it again.
Yeah.
They've stolen this year again,
I mean, that's
pretty
the
much.
Thing. Like, I wasn't going to buy Super Mario Maker. I've seen videos now knowing that you can play as Mega Man during the game, like, as a costume, and Samus. It's like, I want this game.
And all the touches are just insane. But I think we could gush over that like some other time. But I think with this and the whole them working with Content ID, and there's like, oh, you're gonna be a partner with us if you want to do videos. I mean, I can partly speak from experience. I mean, some of you may know that we uploaded a Splatoon gameplay video, and within an hour of that being uploaded, I got like five strikes on the video just based on the music.
Yeah, I mean, music. There was I think 2 were for visual, like, and that was it. And those were minute-long bits each.
Yeah, those were like specific scenes where we weren't talking.
Yeah.
I just thought it was ridiculous. I mean, luckily I didn't have to do anything because I'm not making money off this, so it was just the case of all they could really do was just say, well, we're going to make money off this, and I was like, okay, fine, alright then.
Yeah.
I don't really care, I'm not a partner.
Exactly.
No loss, really.
Yeah.
No loss for me.
It's just going to like add like adverts to it.
It's more gain to them.
Yeah.
If anything, I don't really give a shit. I just think it's ridiculous. I mean, because it turns people away. There's plenty of Let's Players who either don't play the specific games that they really target, like Splatoon, Mario Kart. They didn't touch my Smash video though. Did not fucking touch it at all. And that's an hour of content. Didn't fucking touch that one. Lots of people who play Mario Kart with the sound off, and they just don't play Nintendo games at all.
Well, I think it was like, I remember one YouTuber mentioning that when this whole thing was coming into thing, it was for games that were released that month that they were targeting. Anything old they didn't care about. And as soon as the month changed, the people who were like partnered with Nintendo could not play those old games anymore. They had to move instantly to new games.
That's strange.
Yeah. In another story, Amiibos yet again making it onto, like, I'm sorry, but somewhere in this there needs to be like the Amiibo section. Just, it seems to come up too often.
It's going to be, it is somewhat of a hot topic, really. I mean, next to Nintendo's games, the Wii U, NX, when you really think about it, Nintendo's the only people doing shit. Yeah,
basically.
Even if you're not a fan of the Wii U, Amiibos, don't care about the NX, they still got the news on lock.
Yeah.
What is PS3 talking about? Oh, a new game. No one gives a shit about that. What is Nintendo doing?
We don't even need to mention Xbox. They just don't even seem to bother of even putting their name out there.
They're just ghosts now.
Yeah.
Oh, Forza 6 coming out. Yay.
Yeah. I mean, it's like, okay,
that's
whatever.
like one of your, like, what, 10 exclusives?
Yeah.
Great.
But yeah, so Amiibos have apparently, according to the MPD group report, have sold 7 million Amiibos in America alone.
Yeah, that is, That's nothing less than a profit.
But that's crazy.
I'm pretty sure there's probably about like 4 million sold in this country and rest of Europe and all that kind of stuff.
I mean, what about Japan though? Like, that must have sold crazy there.
I don't think so.
Really?
No, mainly because there's already toys.
Oh yeah, true.
Of Nintendo stuff, so it's nothing really special. Not unless you actually have a Wii U, you're not going to give a damn.
Yeah.
You have to remember, a lot of people who are buying the Amiibos may not necessarily have a Wii U.
Yeah, that's very true.
They probably they're just like, oh, I love Nintendo, oh, yeah. Zelda and all that. So maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it has sold as well. I mean, I'm pretty sure their global profit's about like 20 million or something like that. But Nintendo's really hit a streak here. I don't think it's not made as much as Skylanders.
Yeah,
Skylanders in billions. It's like they've made about 3 billion off Skylanders.
Imagine if Pokemon did that, like originally, that they sold the toys.
There was like a toy-based thing.
Yeah. Oh no, like if it did something with the game, like those would have been sold out.
Well, we may be able to speculate on that later in the podcast with something being announced, but that would be great though. I mean, I don't see Nintendo making 700 Pokemon.
Yeah, true.
I would see them. We were having a chat with someone at the store. Was like I can see them doing it with like Pokken Tournament, where they just release all of them for that game, and it's like, oh, more stats and all that.
Yeah.
So just put as many fan favorite characters in that, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of wonder how much of this like 7 million like sold was to that one guy for the Rosalinas.
He most likely contributed at least 5% to that shit.
Yeah. Like, I need to do the math and find out how many he bought.
Nintendo's gonna send a letter to him like, oh, thanks for the money, dude.
Send him a gold Rosalina.
Yeah. Oh god.
The exclusive.
He'd go after that. Then they released Rosalina Black Edition.
Oh.
When she's in a black dress or something like that. But any other news that came from this kind of report?
Splatoon also sold 600,000 copies in America, and it's a 30% increase in sales for the 3DS.
3DS, you just can't stop the 3DS.
Yeah, it's amazing.
It's too good. I mean, when considering handhelds, next to the Game Boy and DS, it has one of the strongest libraries. All their handhelds have strong libraries, and it makes perfect sense. I mean, a lot of people, particularly one fucking company in particular, always talk about how mobile is the future and all this.
Oh, God.
When Nintendo's fucking killing it with this handheld. It's small, you can get a slightly bigger one, the games are easy to manage with, you can just download all the shit there. You got it all.
Fun fact, like, Nintendo does all this kind of stuff, and yet they still have mobile games. They just, I mean, some of those games, they even put on the 3DS as free downloads. I've got some. Yeah,
I recently had to go and get a few couple demos as well off mine. I mean, this is no surprise that Nintendo's still killing it, whether they're in financial issues or whatever, but, I mean, even NX.
Yeah, exactly.
That's going to be some kind of mobile-based connectivity, no-disc, amiibo thing.
Download something or other.
Who the hell knows? But, it should be interesting.
Yeah.
I got the next story as well, also coming from Nintendo, and that is the fact that Nintendo has appointed their next company president.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So I'm going to try and say his name. I'm going to sound it out, just so I actually get it correct. Tashumi Kimijiyama.
Oh, okay.
I believe I probably fucked that up because of how I've said it, mainly because of my cold and that. But he's essentially going to be taking the role of a president and representative director of Nintendo.
Okay.
Unfortunately, after the passing of
Satoru
Iwata, which is unfortunate. Interesting. Actually, looking up about this guy, they've actually picked someone who's been with Nintendo for quite a while.
Oh,
interesting enough. Some of his highlights: he was the chief financial officer at the Pokemon Company until 2001. After becoming the first president of Pokemon of USA until 2002. He then became the president of Nintendo of America in 2002 till 2006, when obviously Reggie became that. I thought it was very interesting. I mean, the guy, like I said, they kept someone still within, I guess, the family. And I mean, I don't necessarily know what this guy is going to bring, what he's going to do. Hopefully he is a little bit more in tune with more modern times, and hopefully he, I don't know, it's going to sound weird me saying this, hopefully he doesn't do anything in some sense, because
he keeps it on track with how it's going.
He keeps it on track. I mean, Nintendo's main issue, other than staying relevant, is obviously just dealing with its, I guess, fans within the space of like internet and copyright issues. They really need to look at that, and I think I understand that Nintendo doesn't want to look at its competitors right now.
Yeah,
but they really need to look at the fact that people are only really getting angry at them for that.
Yeah,
and why no one's going, oh, fuck you, Steam or Valve or whatever, for taking down my videos. Why are you going to do me like this? I mean, you know, at some point it needs to cross on in their minds, you know, why are we the only ones getting flack for this? Why are we the only ones doing this? What is the real benefit of this other than money?
I mean, it's like the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One. They both have a share feature directly for their console for YouTube.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, it's why don't Nintendo kind of do that kind of thing?
I mean, there's not much else to really say about the president other than I looked at the guy and he looks like he's serious. But with that one pose with him behind the GameCube, as soon as he was, that's pretty much where he started, around that kind of period within its library. But I don't know, let's see what happens.
On to another Nintendo story. As it's literally Nintendo. It's basically it.
Kind of. I mean, we've got like maybe 2-3 more to go.
Yeah. New roles have been given to some of the from the board of directors to. Sorry, I may butcher the names. Sorry about this. Genyo Takeda and Shigeru Miyamoto.
Just Takeda.
Yeah.
Much like the character from Mortal Kombat. Takeda.
Yeah. They've been given new titles, being Technology Fellow and Creative Fellow.
Which is a great position.
Yeah, I think they're great fun names.
I like the titles, yeah. It makes sense with those two guys. I mean, just looking at I mean, everyone knows Shigeru Miyamoto for his just involvement within Nintendo as a staple. Yeah. And what else has Takeda done? Do you know?
He's.
Or did I not put that down?
No, I don't think. No.
He's I'm drawing at a blank, but I know he has worked on a couple games for Nintendo, and he's been he's created a couple franchises. But definitely look him up. Yeah. He's a cool dude. He knows what he's been doing with for the most part, and I guess we'll take a break from Nintendo for now. We'll talk about billionaire. He's a billionaire, right?
I think so.
Elon Musk. Elon Musk. Essentially, this guy, he's what is he? I forget what exactly he has done specifically. I know he did something with cars, and space travel and all that. I mainly included this because we don't really talk about science too much, mainly because science is a little bit too theory based, and I don't want to start bringing in a lot of crazy theories just for them to disprove it, then reprove it, and then disprove it by the next podcast, which they've been doing a lot with a lot of space stuff with planets and interstellar travel and such. So essentially, Elon Musk's plan to eventually make Mars more sustainable for humans is to essentially drop nuclear bombs on it.
I love this. I think it's hilarious.
I mean, now personally, logically and scientifically, that makes sense to some extent if you do, like, if you look at the research and you look at the science, but at the same time, it's way too fucking destructive to just decide, like, I know that he said there was another way, like planting trees and all that, and let time take hold, and people have already said, even if he was to somehow get the money, get the ships over there to nuke it, it's still going to take hundreds of fucking years.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
like, one of the reasons I know he said this was because he wanted to, like, have Mars habitable in some way while he's still alive, which...
That's not going to happen.
No, it won't.
No, your grandkids' grandkids will maybe be over to such a surface of Mars.
I mean, considering, like, it takes about 5 months minimum to get to Mars. You know, getting everything over there, getting it habitable, it's going to take a while.
Exactly. He's going to... I mean, the guy has money, but, like... Yeah. It's going to be a serious thing, and I don't think the American government is really going to be like, oh yeah, we'll give you the money for those nuclear weapons. But I thought it was just funny, just the way it's said, because I mean, this is not just us bullshitting the title just to make him, out like an idiot. That he actually said this. He wants to nuke Mars.
Thermonuclear warheads directed at Mars. That's what he wants.
Yeah, I mean,
maybe there's like some sort of secret conspiracy here. He's got like enemies on Mars.
He wants to start Zone of the Enders in real life.
Oh no.
If I get to live on Mars, which will be unlikely, and it's like Zone of the Enders, I'll be happy. See me riding around in Jehudi. Oh my god, that'd be too good.
I thought it was pronounced Jehuti.
You can pronounce it however, because I think...
Just get any orbital
even the machine pronounces it like Jehudi.
Okay,
it's like a robot. It just sounds out things. That's how it would predict things in some kind of sense.
Yeah.
And now we move back onto Nintendo.
And back to one of my favourite topics, because I always get really excited. Pokemon Z. It's happening. Like
ish.
Yes,
yeah.
Ish. Just put a little disclaimer there, like.
So that's okay, guys. Put your Pokeballs down and your hats down.
Yeah.
Listen for a sec.
See, I have to take my hat off now.
Take it off.
Oh. Basically, in Korokoro, which, if you're a big Pokemon fan, you know everything basically gets leaked.
Everyone knows Korokoro.
Yeah.
You seen the new Korokoro scans?
It gets leaked. Everything comes from there. They revealed the title of the new anime series, like the new Pokemon one, being Pokemon X, Y, and
Z.
The
anime's still going on? I thought that ended.
Oh, yeah. Ash is still 11 years old. Not kidding. He's still 11.
Yeah.
We get to see new forms of Zygarde in these scans, and it's Mega Evolution. That's the big, bulky...
If it is a Mega Evolution...
I think it's actually, like, announced that it was the Mega Evolution. The others are forms.
Because this... So for any... Just a quick refresh, it's not too much of a spoiler, because if you've ever played a Pokemon game, you know what goes down with modern games. So essentially you have two games. Let's use the examples of X and Y. So you had X and Y, you had the two Pokemon corresponding to the X and the Y. Then you had this Z Pokemon, which was just there.
Yeah, it was in some cave.
Just in some random cave you see it. It's not really that much of a spoiler.
Yeah.
So you just get this Pokemon, there's not too much about it. So obviously people speculated, okay, this Pokemon is green, it looks like a Z, that's going to be the new game.
Exactly.
And then silence.
Yeah.
For about a year or two. And now these Korokoro stands have come out with the poster for the new anime, which is called Pokemon X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
I mean, they must have been just sweating during that focus group thinking about that title.
It must have taken a while.
And it dropped some new forms of this Zygarde Pokemon. Mainly it's like base level at like about like 10%, 50%, 75% and all that. And it's Mega Evolution, which I have no idea what's going on. This thing looks... I know a lot of people...
human-y. Creepy. Like...
It has a human form. A lot of people have made reference to it being like Cell from Dragon Ball Z.
One of them's actually called Cell Form, like one of its forms. It's kind of like, well, okay.
I mean, and also the fact that anyone who's even just seen the front covers of X and Y, on the sides of its wings or arms, you can see like red and blue.
Yeah. So
whether that's some kind of combination fusion of the other two legendaries, I have no idea. But it's gonna be interesting. So we must say. No game has been confirmed. Yeah,
it's not been confirmed, but considering these Mega Evolutions are happening and it's not going to be a patch for...
It's extremely unlikely that there is not going to be a game.
Yeah.
I don't see why they would just go, no, Zygarde, he's just for the anime. Because we know how much you like the anime, guys.
And another thing also in the Korokoro leak was Greninja, which... it's styled like Ash with like red kind of top on the head. It's
like the weird things by its eyes are like black like his hair.
Yeah, and apparently like I saw this as like, well, it's kind of like the notched Pichu, sorry.
Yeah,
and it's going to be Ash's, which I mean he's finally going to get another Pokemon that's fully evolved.
Yeah,
and it's going to Mega Evolve. Like considering the other characters shown in the thing. It's all about Mega Evolution. He's got his Sceptile back as well. So maybe his Charizard can come back too.
So, because I mean, they have said that every starter Pokemon will get a Mega Evolution. Do you think it's a bit too soon for the 7th generation to get Mega Evolutions?
Isn't this 6th gen? Do you mean?
Is it 6?
Yeah, this is 6.
Am I living in the future already?
Yeah, you are. Talking about these new Pokemon.
Yeah, this is ones you haven't even heard of. But
one's a dinosaur.
Like Shu.
Oh yeah, Shu's great.
Shu is like...
He's the rarest.
They're going to have to ban him come 2017 because he's too OP.
He makes Mega Rayquaza with a Life Orb look like nothing.
That is death right there. That is like you whip that out on an online battle, you might as well turn...
I want to call that Shu now.
To call it death.
No, Mega Rayquaza with Life Orb. Cool. I'm calling it Shu.
Nah, it's like you might as well just turn off your 3DS if you see that. It's just like I can't win.
But yeah, I think it's not too soon for them to have a Mega Evolution. I just think it needs to be handled right. Like, not because you know how Charizard, he got both an X and a Y. I don't think any of them should have both. They should just have one.
Maybe no. I think these ones should.
What, have them both?
They should have two.
Okay.
Mainly because if you look at their aesthetic, they have a theming to all three of them. So you have the Knight, the Wizard, and the Ninja.
Yeah.
They should do Mega Evolutions where, for example, Greninja, it's like a more stealthy one and then a more upfront one.
Okay, then, so kind of like Samurai and
then Ninja or like throwing and combat, and then with Delphox have like one where it's like more potion based or like more projectile based, and
so
with
like more healing support,
and then with the other one have it like more like shielded
defense and more
defensive.
Attack.
Yeah,
okay.
I think that would make sense if they want to keep that theme consistent. Because we've only seen, is it one Mega Evolution from the 6th generation?
I think so.
Was it? I'm not sure if that one was. No, it wasn't. It was from the 5th generation or something like that. It was the little fairy type one.
Oh yeah.
But
yeah, I can't think of a 6th gen one except for obviously Zygarde's like recently shown. That's it.
It should be interesting. I better save some money for this game.
Yeah, it's definitely one to look out for, Pokemon fans.
Yeah, I mean, I can't wait. I mean, it's about time. I think most people considered it dead. I know there was this funny image of like two of the creators from Pokemon just standing behind a gravestone that said Pokemon XZ, which I thought was pretty funny. But let's move on to some other things. This was something that was one thing that was kind of shown off before Tokyo Game Show and one after. So we're talking about Street Fighter V again. Now, we don't always talk about characters on this, and I think we might as well mention it now, as soon as I think they're doing a good job. So Street Fighter V, they showed off the newest, brand new character, brand new to Street Fighter V, Rashid.
Of the Turbulent Wind. So cool!
Check the power on my scouter.
Oh no!
He has a scout from Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, I saw that. I was just like, oh, okay, that's cool.
It is great. I like this character. We got a Middle Eastern character who's he uses wind. Yeah. He's got like a wind machine on his back. I was a bit concerned whether he was using magic or something like that, but
and very aerial based attacks. Which I
also like his like special when he's just like in like a tornado, like a genie, just kicking the dude. Yeah, I thought that was hilarious. Something I wanted to address. Now I know a lot of people. Some people were trying to put some kind of bullshit conspiracy theory on this because the character is Middle Eastern, he is wearing a turban and all this silliness, and they were trying to say how it's supposed to be some kind of, I don't know, suspicious thing of the fact that he was shown off after the anniversary of 9/11.
Wasn't it the exact day? I think it was.
Somewhere around that. It was either just before or the day of. Okay. So a lot of people were trying to throw that paranoid theory. So let me just now, if you think that's fine, if you want to think that's fine, I'll call you a racist. Let's just call it there. But at the same time, may I remind you that Street Fighter V was confirmed, pretty much before the anniversary of Pearl Harbor. Yeah. A good portion of the cast from Street Fighter is Japanese. Yep. It's just an odd coincidence. It is. Do not read into it too much.
Not everything's some sort of conspiracy or planned. It's just sometimes things happen.
It just happens. Sometimes you just let things get the better of you. Mistakes happen. Yeah. Not intentional. I don't honestly think anyone within Capcom is intentionally trying to piss people off. There's no gain. You just piss people off.
They're not Tekken who take Lucky Chloe away from Americans because they can't handle her.
They can't handle Lucky Chloe. Exactly. I need a shirt with Lucky Chloe and it's like they can't handle me.
See, yet again, marketing. We need to be in this.
It is a marketing. They can't handle me right now. The floor, the tournament can't even handle me right now.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what it should be. Oh, you already know I'm gonna main Lucky Chloe when that game comes out.
Oh yeah, definitely, same.
And I'm gonna fight specific Americans.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then also during Tokyo Game Show we have another character who is not necessarily new, but for some people she is. She first appeared in Alpha 3, and that is Carrie from Alpha 3.
Isn't it Karen?
Karen.
Yeah.
Why did I say Carrie? Karen, excuse me, I'm thinking of someone else.
Throwing out her psychic powers now.
Woo! She should be in Street Fighter. So Karen is in it, and I love this trailer. I love the fact that they even did the rating boards in French and all that. And
yeah.
With Sony's stupid logo for the gamers, they read that in French. She does look a lot of fun. I mean, she's got like black tights on now, which is a bit different compared to the white. Who cares? It looks better. Red and black are cool colours. She's got that hilariously blonde French aesthetic going on, and she looks like a lot of fun. I'm glad they added someone from Alpha 3 in there. They need more characters from Alpha. They need more obscure characters. We still need someone from Second and Third Strike.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Third Strike and like Second, like put Q in there. Put Necro. Put 12. I would love them.
12. I know a lot of people really want Alex in there.
Oh yeah.
They want Seth in there as well.
I never liked Seth.
Seth's a god.
Yeah, but like aesthetic design, it was just nothing.
You don't really like the blue and
no, it looked nothing to me. It was like, oh,
the guy is like the second most powerful person in all of Street Fighter next to Charlie.
It's another reason I don't like it. It's like overpowered as hell.
You don't like Charlie?
Not really, no. Like aesthetic as well. I don't really care.
Charlie was so strong I had to kill him.
Leave him dead.
That's the only reason why he's back, is because they were like, no, this guy's too powerful, we have to kill him. Yeah. Because if he's just destroying everyone, they gotta get rid of it. But yes, so we got 2 more characters in it. We're not gonna do a speculation video just yet, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, don't make a big fuss about the classics returning, because of course they're gonna be. I don't want to see they haven't shown Dalsum yet, and it's like, of course Dalsum's gonna be in the game.
Yeah, Dalsum's amazing.
All them classics. We need new characters and returning characters. Characters that have been gone for a while. Put Alex in there. Skullmania.
Yeah, that's who I was saying. Skullmania.
He would make a great addition. I mean,
Crackerjack. I love Crackerjack.
May need to change that name, but
what's wrong with that? Like
Crackerjack.
What's wrong with that? It's a brand snack. That's a sailor. Like cracker was a term for sailors originally.
Cracker is a racist slur as well.
Yeah, if people say cracker, I don't care.
It's an old one.
Like, people say that, it's like, I don't care.
I mean, I don't care, but I have a feeling they might need to change it. Maybe just C Jack or something like that.
Yeah.
Or denotive. Don't bring...
Or C Jack.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, if they...
Kind of like M. Bison.
If they want to keep calling Charlie just Nash for some fucking reason, then I don't see why not.
Yeah, I never understood that.
It's Charlie. No, it's Charlie.
Just put his full name as Charlie Nash.
Yeah, it's Nash. No, it's Charlie.
When I see Nash, I just think of a wrestler.
I don't care about his robot half dead. No, it's Charlie. I don't give a shit about that.
I still remember in the film when they turned Charlie into Blanca.
That was so retarded.
It was hilarious.
It was just like, what is going on? They messed that film up so bad.
That was hilarious.
They messed it up so bad. But yeah, let's talk about... Also, staying on the theme of messing up so bad... let's talk about Resident Evil Umbrella Corps. I haven't put a lot of notes onto this, but basically all I really have to say is Capcom, you were doing so well.
Yeah, they were.
I mean, I highly applaud people to go watch your trailer because it's funny as fuck.
You know what one of the first thoughts to me was? Oh, it's Operation Raccoon City again.
Yeah, it looks like that, except they got rid of everything.
Yeah, there's no story this time. It looks just multiplayer, versus...
The zombies kind of look like zombies. There doesn't seem to be any kind of originality to this game.
One of the things here is like, with the zombies, they're not even a threat.
No.
You use them as, like, a shield.
Yeah.
And it's like, you're really neutering the zombies. Like,
even the zombies were at least a threat in... Operation Raccoon City.
And 6 a little bit.
And 6, yeah, they actually, could prevent you a little bit.
Yeah.
But I mean,
they just look like a nuisance.
The trailer is so hilariously edited because they want that Call of Duty money.
Yeah.
And I love the bits when they do the slow mo, like,
that's hilarious.
Stab you, and I counted it, and look at me do the shooting, and this is how you're gonna celebrate 20 years of Resident Evil.
Yep.
You can fuck off with that. No one cares about this game. Even the Call of Duty fans are like, this looks whack.
That's the thing. The people who Call of Duty fans aren't going to buy this. They're going to buy Call of Duty. Resident Evil fans aren't going to buy this because it's not Resident Evil. So no one cares.
It doesn't look very good, and I think just hearing some people talk about this game, it's not very good. I mean, it probably still needs more work, but if there's anything like Operation Raccoon City, they'd probably just rush us out the door.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's move on to the next thing. Let's change up the pace a little bit. Let's talk about a film trailer.
Oh,
and that's something we talked about 2 podcasts ago when I was with Tourette's, and that is that they showed off the trailer for the 2016's Jungle Book remake. Yes, so they released a trailer which I was, for the most part, happy with.
Yeah.
My only real issues with the trailer, just the trailer, is the animals look like animals, and I wasn't actually expecting that. I mean, I know that sounds stupid, like, oh, they look like animals, but I wasn't expecting them to look so realistic. I thought they would at least have characteristics to some extent. Like, for example, Shere Khan looks like a tiger. There's nothing defining about him compared to the original animated film. Same with Baloo, he's just a grizzly bear.
Yeah.
Baloo was a sloth bear in the original story. King Louie is like a different kind of ape. And I mean, if they want to make changes for aesthetic purposes and stories, that's fine, but I think there needs to be something more to the characters for me to actually go, that's a character.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's obviously because they're doing it live action, so it's looking realistic.
I understand. I mean, I'm fine with it looking realistic. It's just, I'm not seeing a character.
Yeah.
I'm just seeing an animal. And they're not just animals, they're characters. They have personalities, they have traits.
You know what's going to confuse me, though, in this film? The animal, like, mouth moving and human voices, like, if that happens, like, that's not going to sound right.
Yeah, we
look right.
We didn't necessarily see them talking, except for, like, Car, played by Scarlett Johansson, which... I don't even understand what the fuck that's about.
That's the thing, it doesn't really bother me too much. Like, I don't really care about that. I mean, if any of them could be seen as female or male or something, then a snake is the most obvious. But that's about it.
No, I don't really think so.
What, out of, like, the characters?
The only other female snake I ever think of is, like, the snake from Kung Fu Panda.
Well, not necessarily because other female snakes. I mean, it's just, like, aesthetically, the bear character himself is well known, like Bare Necessity song, male. The lion as well, that's cause of the mane. Well, no, it's a tiger, sorry. Yeah. Tiger, obviously, male character. The snake could be either.
The vultures could have all been female.
Possibly. I think it was like one that has to be main character status.
I think she's just here for the sake of having a female.
Possibly.
There weren't really a lot of females in the original film.
Yeah.
Personally, Scarlett Johansson has nothing on Sterling Holloway, who was the original voice of Car, who's unfortunately passed away, and the original voice of Winnie the Pooh as well.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's not going to stop me from being. I'm still interested in this film. It's just, I think it's just a bit too distracting. I think I need to at least see them talk and sing, like you said.
Yeah. I actually see the faces moving.
I'm sure they'll be fine, not unless they just talk and they don't move their mouths, which would be a bit weird, but...
I mean, that's...
If it's all in Mowgli's mind, that'd be great.
Yeah. That'd actually be a nice... If that's what it is, then
that would make sense, because, I mean, he grew up in the wild. He would have that kind of connection, especially, you know, being raised by wolves, and he's talking to all these characters. That would make sense. Just from the trailer, which you should go watch... Was Car even speaking, or was it moving his mouth? I can't tell.
No, I couldn't really see. Or unless that was a voiceover and that's just the scene bit, I don't know.
Car's a big fucking snake, though. That's like Anaconda to some next level. That's some fictional shit right there. That's another thing. It's like, Car is like realistically too big compared to the rest of the animals because they look proportionally sound, except for her.
Anacondas can grow really big, though.
They can, but not that big.
Lengthwise, possibly, yeah.
No.
I mean, considering it's a child as well...
The width is too big.
Well, he is, like, scaled to a child there as well, so obviously...
He is a child. He's played by a child actor.
No, I know, but it looks bigger because he's with a child. If it was a human person, it would look smaller, just in scale-wise comparison. So it does look bigger because there's a child.
We need to get Mythbusters on this now. I think that's what we're going to need to do. But I mean,
the Mythbusters.
It looks good. I think they did a good job with this trailer. I mean, they also hint to something towards the end, which was a nice touch.
Yeah.
I think we just need them to speak now.
Yeah. I mean, it's like something I'd say Avengers: Age of Ultron. Ultron's like mouth moving threw me off. I weren't enjoying it because his mouth moved. He's a robot, his mouth shouldn't move.
So then how would he have talked then?
No, like robots, they don't need a moving mouth. They can just have a voice box.
But that's always fucking freaky though. I mean, it's cool.
But that's what they
freaky.
advertised the film as originally. The original trailers, it advertised it as creepy.
It's because people probably... It's because people probably would have been like, oh, how's he talking? Blah, blah, blah. They probably just assumed that people wouldn't fucking get it because I'm guessing the kind of people who went to go see Avengers probably have never seen a sci-fi film before.
Yeah. Like,
except for Star Wars, best film ever.
The first Star Wars is one of the best films.
Oh, I was talking about the new one.
Oh, yeah,
I know
okay.
it's going to be fantastic. They already told me. They said it's going to be the best film of the year. They know. I'm going to trust the average person who watches films.
Oh, yeah, yeah. You know what the thing is? I'm going to make it my job to actually see this film and watch it and review it in comparison to the others. And I'm going to talk to Tourette's about this.
Well, you guys can do a little episode on that, I guess. I have no part in this. I mean... I don't know. This trailer's looking great, though. Yeah. I mean, compared to... Well, I know we haven't seen a lot about the other remakes and that. I know we're all looking forward to that Pete's Dragon remake.
Oh, God, yes. That just sounds bad.
It's the one to watch. It really is. It's like forget Rogue One or whatever Star Wars film is releasing next year.
Forget Force Awakens, forget Rogue One, Pete's Dragon.
Pete's Dragon.
Yep.
Like, shit.
That's the film that's going to break cinema.
It's going to revolutionize cinema. I mean, it really is. I mean, in all fairness, it is looking promising. I mean, Cinderella was a piece of shit. Alice in Wonderland was a piece of shit.
Yeah, I loathe
Sleeping
that
Beauty
movie.
is going to be just so pandering to little girls and older girls who still act like little girls but want to be treated like older girls because they're with a guy who's much older than them, but they still are hooked on their Twilight and all this bullshit fluff about love because they've never been in love because they don't understand love because nothing in cinema ever talks about love when these stupid motherfuckers don't watch anything about love.
Yeah. I mean, I might still consider Beauty and the Beast not in cinemas, but because Emma Watson. And that's all I need.
She's the only good thing about this film.
Yeah, basically.
It's just a shame. You can do better, Emma. I know you can. Now, I have to take the next story because this is going to be leading off something we talked about. Basically, Nickelodeon has just kind of gone nuts now.
Oh, yeah.
So, we talked about the fact that Nickelodeon is possibly looking into rebooting some of its older cartoons and 90s shows like Rugrats, I think that's the first thing people think of when it's Rugrats. So now it seems that Paramount is developing a live-action cartoon hybrid based off Nickelodeon cartoons from the 90s.
Live-action cartoon hybrids? Okay.
Yeah,
So like Pete's Dragon?
Basically, yeah. This film's got competition now. Basically, I'm guessing it's going to be... When they say live-action cartoon hybrid, it's basically going to mean all the cartoons will be cartoons. The world will be set in a human world, basically.
Oh, so I don't really like
I hate using an example, but think like Alvin the Chipmunk Smurf kind of thing. It's going to be like that.
I really hate those kind of things.
I mean, supposedly from what the pitch is going as, they're pitching it as a Justice League or Adventures-esque team-up film.
Okay, so like all these cartoon characters end up teaming up together.
For some fucking reason. Like, obviously this raises the question, is there going to be a villain in this film, and who's going to be the villain?
I know who the villain should be.
Is it going to be Cartoon Network?
Yes, I was going to say, it should be a cartoon, like... studio that's trying to make bad films based on them.
It could be it's an anonymous organisation called CN.
Yeah, for character newsreel.
Yeah, I mean, the interesting thing is the movies they're kind of putting it, or they wanted to go for the vague of, is also like films like Lego Movie, which is great, Space Jam, which is a nostalgic pleasure, Who Framed Roger Rabbit, which is a fantastic film, and Wreck-It Ralph.
Okay, so lots of characters interacting together.
They're hitting 3.5 good films here, and I mean, I'm kind of looking forward to what's happening. I mean,
if done right, it could be very good. It
could be very good. The thing about a lot of the cartoons they've mentioned is, now this is going to kind of, maybe, show off how much I know about cartoons. A lot of the characters that are probably going to be in this film do have superheroes or alter ego superhero basis. Doug has a superhero. Ren and Stimpy has Powdered Toast Man.
Yeah.
Rugrats, I believe at some point, either the normal one or them grown up had a superhero kind of character. Reptar could easily be in this film. He's superhero-esque. Angry Beavers, I'm sure they dressed up as cartoon characters. Our Real Monsters would make a lot of sense. Rocko's Modern Life, there was a superhero element in there as well. Whether they're just going to have these characters in this film and go, oh, they're all superheroes now, makes sense. I mean, I have a feeling they probably looked at Sponge Out of Water and went, okay, we could probably do this.
See, that was my first thought when you were saying about the whole superhero thing. It was like SpongeBob.
Because, I mean, even SpongeBob already had like a... SpongeBob technically counts as 90s guys. He could technically have a superhero alter ego with Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy. When they had their kind of characters, and even at some point SpongeBob had his own one. But this is kind of one to watch. Whether this happens, I honestly don't think it will. I mean, Paramount and Nickelodeon have the money, so...
It just seems like one of those things that they want to do, but that it'll be stuck in development hell.
It could be. I mean, not to be rude to Nick, but like a lot of the newer cartoons haven't necessarily had the staying power as a lot of the cartoons from the 90s. I mean, when you think of Nickelodeon from today, you think of Avatar, Last Airbender, Legend of Korra, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and I'll throw in Harvey Beaks because that show's pretty good. But interesting enough, talking about the channel, it seems that a 90s block, which is going to be running throughout October, called The Splat, is only going to be showing older shows from the 90s.
Oh, okay.
On Nickelodeon. Now, that also sounds very good for any kid who's screaming about how good their childhood was.
Oh yeah, 90s kids everywhere.
Oh yeah, all the shows today are shit.
I was born in 99. 90s kid.
Forget that. I mean, but the strange thing is, they say this is within an effort to stem losses among kid-focused channeling, as they've lost a lot of views due to the fact that a lot of kids just watch it via online or streaming it. Which is a bit of a shame. I don't think that's the case. I think it's just because no one really wants to watch a lot of the newer shows they have. Yeah. Not to be rude, I think that is unfortunately true, and I think Nickelodeon knows it. Which is why we've already had 3 stories about the prime.
Yeah, exactly. Looking at the past stuff that they already have rather than making something new.
I mean, and it is nice to look back at the past. I would love for them over the course of the next couple of years to go, we're doing a one-off Angry Beavers episode. Yeah. We're doing a mini movie. We're doing this and that. Yeah. That would be
like
really
a 40-minute special or something.
Something like that. That would be really nice to do. Fuck Craig and Jake.
What the hell is Craig and Jake?
Oh, look it up. That show was just... Oh, my God. I'm not even going to talk about that. Like, that's not even a show I won't even do on, as a review or whatever. But, I don't know. I think, just regarding these 3 stories, yes, do the one-offs. Yeah. Don't do the movie. Do the block. Yeah. Just don't call it Nigger Treat or nothing like that.
Oh... I remember
the block that happened back in the 90s where they did the combination of Trick or Treat, and Nickelodeon called it Nigger Treat, which ran for a good couple of years. Look it up. It is a real thing.
I remember watching that and it was like, what the hell? Like, how could they not realise?
Yeah. Nick or Treat.
They could have called it easily Trick or Nick. It hasn't got the same thing, but at least it doesn't sound racist.
No. It's... Do you want to take the next story, staying on films?
Of more film news. Pacific Rim, the sequel may be cancelled.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, which, I mean, poor Guillermo del Toro. Literally everything he's been working on.
Man, this is...
Like, you've got to feel bad for the guy.
This has not been his year.
It really hasn't. It's like, obviously, Silent Hills and all this, and it's just like...
What?
Soon he's going to stop working on games and films.
He's going to give up.
Yeah. But THR, the Hollywood Report, says it isn't a sure thing. The movie, which would be Pacific Rim Maelstrom.
Maelstrom, which is a strange name.
Yeah, Maelstrom's like a weird kind of...
vortex, isn't it?
Yeah, like a water vortex. Yeah. So it makes sense in context.
If you've seen the film, yes, it
contextually,
does.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, I could also imagine them having a Jaeger called Maelstrom.
Maybe
Possibly.
it's like the next wave, and it's like instead of it being Gypsy Danger, it's like, oh, bringing Maelstrom as a level 5. This is the only robot we can deal with the level 5s and stuff.
Yeah, but the shooting for the movie was pushed back thanks to Legendary Pictures.
Yeah.
Which it's had its production stopped indefinitely, so it's not really sure.
No, that's really upsetting. That's the worst part about the story, because when you stop something indefinitely, that means that there's hardly any chance that it's going to happen.
Yeah.
Which is a bit of a shame, because the film did well, for the most part. Well. Unfortunately being slaughtered by Grown Ups 2 for some reason.
Oh,
I mean, do you remember that back in a couple of years ago when I believe Hollywood basically said, oh, we know our market very well, that's why we are certain that Grown Ups 2 will beat out Pacific Rim, and unfortunately it did.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's just like, at least a lot more people are starting to realise just how much of a hack Adam Sandler is, but
yeah,
they really should go ahead with this sequel. If not, it'd be fairly upsetting.
I mean, considering like Pacific Rim, which I agree has been actually said to be a great feminist movie, considering the female character Maki Mori, they've actually made an example called the Maki Mori test.
Yeah.
In which female character actually has a motive that isn't related to a male character.
Yeah, she's
amazing.
There's some great points where you're just like, well, you're literally like, yeah, you do it, girl. Yeah. You fucking do it.
Exactly. I mean, she was my favourite character throughout the whole film. She was amazing. Like,
and just the kind of not necessarily the introduction, but the flashback scene with her when she was younger was fantastic. I mean, I partly agree with CinemaSins here. That's where the film probably should have started.
Yeah, no, that was the bit that got me more into the film. Like, throughout, I was interested. I was like, oh, okay, and I saw that. I was like, oh, okay.
That scene adds so much more weight to the film. Where it's like you look at this film and you're like, yeah, it's good, and then you see that film and the film continues from that scene, and you're like,
yeah,
I know what you're doing, thanks. You literally have to thank the film because you're like, I needed that.
Exactly, but that would have been, as you said, great to be at the start, like, considering then you'd find out later in the film that, oh, that's her.
Yeah.
And you'd be like, okay.
Would have added, like I said, more weight.
Yeah.
But I really hope that this, that they actually do a sequel to this film. It'd be very upsetting if they don't. But fingers crossed. If not, go see Pacific Rim. Get it on DVD. Yeah. Watch it again. Buy it again, and go see Crimson Peak.
Yeah. But we need something.
Come on, boost Guillermo del Toro's self-esteem up, man. Go see this film. Go support him. Let it make a good let it be successful.
Exactly.
Because
give the guy something.
Have you seen the kind of like cardboard poster they have for it?
No, I haven't.
Oh, it looks great. It's got like the main character in white with the cannon. It's got like just all this weird pink, like red sticky stuff all behind it. It's like one of those 3DS pop-up ones. I want that in my room.
That sounds pretty cool. So instead of having a creepy Mr. Mime watching you from the corner, you're going to have that?
No, but she's not looking. She's looking into the poster, so she's looking away. Okay. So it wouldn't be as creepy. Some other slightly... I lied. Last bit of Nintendo news, ish and a half. So it seems that, unfortunately, during Tokyo Game Show, we got to see Persona 5. We got to see another trailer. Yeah. Which just made me even more excited for the game.
That's the thing. I've never played Persona, and I am enjoying these trailers. They are making me hyped for this.
It looks great. It looks really great. And unfortunately, that news was followed with the fact that Persona 5 is going to be delayed. Yeah. Until summer 2016. And as well as that, Star Fox Zero has also been delayed till about the first quarter of 2016. So we probably won't see this until latest of April. Yeah. Shigeru Miyamoto stated that it would be technically possible to release the game in November, but Nintendo wants more polish for that game.
Which is understandable. I mean, considering Star Fox hasn't had a game for a while, you want it finished. You want it properly done.
Personally, just from what we saw at E3, the game didn't look too great, personally.
It looked really outdated.
It looked like a Wii U game. It looked like a Wii game.
Yeah.
Maybe that was just a build, I don't know.
Yeah, to me it looked like a DS or a GameCube game.
And also, I don't really know what this game is.
Yeah, I mean, it still looks like the original Star Fox, 64 style to me.
which people don't want.
Yeah.
People want another Star Fox game, a different one, a sequel, a prequel, something.
Yeah.
Something with more context, story development, ideas, new characters, bring back characters, actually do Star Fox 2.
Yeah.
But, yeah. And our final kind of story we have, kind of wrapping this off. Whew! All aboard. Get hats ready. Get sat down. It's time for the Konami bullshit train. So, we were so close to actually doing a podcast without having to talk about Konami.
I know. We almost made it, guys.
We almost. But then I got that message of Facebook, and I read the story, and I was like, "Oh damn!"
You're welcome.
Looks like we have one more stop. At least one more, and that is the fact that Konami has halted all AAA games production and development. It is ceasing the development on all games apart from Pro Evolution Soccer.
Like, what the hell, Konami? Seriously.
So, I think a lot of people, at this most part, now that Metal Gear Solid 5 is out, a lot of people are like, done with Konami, don't give a shit about you anymore. But I think this, I don't see them going any lower, but this is like the, you're dead now. Yeah. You're done.
Like, people might buy Pro Evolution Soccer. More people buy FIFA.
More people, especially in fucking England. I mean,
considering England is your biggest target for football-related games, and the game itself is called Pro Evolution Soccer, it doesn't get as much.
British people can be like, what, soccer?
Yeah. It's just like, no, one
mate,
game...
I don't want the soccer, I want the FIFA.
I mean, it's probably because this is a game that can come out annually, and they don't need to change much.
It's true, I mean... I want to throw some more bullshit on this story. And I love the fact that back in about, was it like April or so? There was a quote from the head of Konami at the moment, which basically, well, it was May, excuse me, basically says, our aim is, this is basically after he kind of confirmed the whole mobile future-only game. Yeah. And he basically said this, our aim is to continue to build a comprehensive portfolio of console, arcade, and card game titles for each IP. What a fucking liar.
Yep.
Right.
Call out the bullshit.
Yeah, I have to call out the bullshit. Got your card. Right, so we're at the station now. So, let's move on to discussion, which is going to be an interesting one. I know we're kind of running over an hour, but we need to talk about this. We have to talk about this one because I've been putting this one off only because it fell in a weird position between... the end of like the previous one and all that kind of stuff. And so I'm going to be talking, or we're going to be talking, about the inevitable end of superhero films.
Yes, the burst of the superhero bubble.
Yeah. So essentially, I mean, so kind of a few weeks back, maybe about a month or so, Steven Spielberg talked to AP, which is essentially a news outlet. And he basically talked about how the current superhero films are very much like the Western genre, as he is drawing this comparison that they're eventually going to die out.
Yeah.
I've got a fairly long quote here from him. Is like, we were around when the Western died, and there will be a time when the superhero movie goes the way of the Western. It doesn't mean there won't be any occasion, there won't be another occasional, there won't... Excuse me, I'm just messing up. No, I'm good. There won't be another occasion when the Western comes back and the superhero movie someday returns.
Yeah, I mean, I completely agree with him. And one of the points is, it's saturation of the market. Too much of one thing, and people are going to get bored of it. I mean, that's like with the Westerns. Everyone was making Western films.
There is a shit ton of Western films. Yeah. There are so many Westerns.
I mean... there's a channel on my TV that's literally plays Westerns.
Just Westerns, yes.
All day.
Yes.
And I can't remember seeing one, like, played again. Like, it's literally Westerns that I've never even heard of just playing.
There's a wealth of Westerns. I mean, he also continued to say, of course, right now the superhero movie is alive and thriving.
Yeah.
I'm only saying that these cycles have an infinite time in popular culture. There will be a day when the mythological stories are supplanted by some other genre that possibly some younger filmmakers is just thinking about discovering for all of us. And that's kind of his like last 2 cents. This was kind of riding off another, I think about a year ago when he kind of talked about this. But they kind of asked him about this, and I thought it was very interesting. I personally feel that by about 2020. people won't really give a shit.
Yeah.
And I know that's kind of as much as we know about their kind of like both DC and Marvel cinematic universe. And I think by that point, people won't really give a shit, or they're not going to turn in as big as a profit as, let's say, Avengers did. Because may I remind you, Avengers Age of Ultron did okay compared to the first one. It made stupid money, didn't make as much money as Avengers the first, and it didn't. What's the most successful film of this year? You know it, don't you?
No, Mad Max Fury Road, is it or not? Jurassic World.
Jurassic World. That film made over $1 billion.
Yeah.
Age of Ultron is kind of within the tens. It's like in the top 10 of this year. I mean, so that film obviously didn't catch people mainly because I think it's a sequel, and because a lot of people watching it went, it's not as good as the first.
I agree, it's not.
I still haven't seen it, but I'll probably see it someday. And also, you have to remember this, and this is something I think we did kind of mention. It only takes one film to fuck it all up. We got the release of Fantastic Four 2016, a film that was so bad, so despised. So many people wanted this film to fail. It did fail. It wasn't very good. It didn't even make that much of a profit. It's as a loss. It's a flop. That film has damaged the Marvel franchise, because there's going to be a lot... Because if they even do a sequel, which there's been rumblings that they might, what do you put on the trailer? From the people who brought you Fantastic Four? From the studio that brought you Fantastic Four?
Yeah, they're probably
From the director who brought you Fantastic Four? What do you say about a film like that?
A funny thing I actually read, a little joke thing, I think it was a joke. Tommy Wiseau actually put on his Twitter that he wishes he directed it and he would love to direct the sequel.
Yes, he should have.
That would be brilliant.
You might as well. No one has been able to do a successful film. Let him do it.
I bet I could do it.
It would make more of a profit, I bet you that much. It would make more money.
Because what they don't get when they're doing adaptations, you need to take the good elements from each thing.
Exactly.
And then you put it together.
I say let Tommy do it.
Yeah. He can't harm it more than it's already
exactly.
done.
He can't fuck it up worse than it is, and I think he's probably got more ideas and more vision than the fucking numbskulls up at Fox, who just don't understand films for the most part. I mean, this film could have been much worse than it was, and it could have just completely killed off the franchise, but it's hurt it. There's a little crack. Well,
that's the thing, there's a video I'm currently doing on this whole superhero bubble and it bursting. And one of the things I say in it is I analyse it back to the comic books and the whole break there. And it's one of the things that's a cause is a comic book crossover. That was the break.
Okay.
And that's what I'm waiting for. If they still end up doing the Fantastic Four X-Men crossover, that could be it. That could be the break.
Okay.
Or one of DC's crossover movies.
That would make sense. I mean, so speaking of DC, we do have so I think everyone's favorite idiot director, Zack Snyder, pretty much came out to talk about kind of share his comments on Steven Spielberg's feelings towards the superhero genre, and also about Marvel and throwing a few jabs at them. What I thought was interesting was his comments. If you actually read any article, seems really deluded to some extent. They really do. I don't know if he's been told by DC to say this, but there's some serious delusion going on here, because, I mean, he seems to believe that this end will not happen to DC films, as if DC films are somehow above superhero films to some extent, or that his direction or their plan will just not be affected.
I mean, considering the only DC film as part of this universe that's come out is Man of Steel, that's not really a good representation.
It's not a great start, but they could bring it back in some kind of sense. I mean, it's never too late to kind of just just pick up the pace, I guess.
Yeah.
But I mean, just a few of his quotes I got here, which I thought were interesting, which can kind of divulge a little bit more, was him saying, "I feel like he's right, but I feel like Batman and Superman are transcendent of the superhero movies in a way, because they're Batman and Superman." What the fuck is he talking about?
Yeah, that's the thing.
Does he think they're real or something?
Yeah, that's the thing. I understand the tiny thing of what he means, but he's said it in the dumbest way possible. Because what obviously saying that Batman and Superman are two of the most famous superheroes, and that films by them are always going to be popular, even if they're bad.
I'm not going to deny that.
But the way he's saying it is, our films are going to be the best.
He sounds like I literally just went up to a small child and went, "You'll never be able to have all these chocolate bars." And he went, "Well, I will, because I'm gonna get lots of money and I'm gonna do it. I will. Trust me, I will prove you wrong. I will." But he has no money, and he never will work or do anything creative or strive to ever get that money. I mean, it doesn't help the fact that he then goes to, for some reason, throw jabs at Marvel and Ant-Man's film, and this is where it gets really baffling, where he says he says they're not just like the flavor of the week, Ant-Man, not to be mean, but whatever, but it is like, what is the next blank man? That's him adding on an addition. Now this is like the pinnacle of stupidity, because
it really is.
Back to this whole thing of him thinking he's above, or DC's above this, when he says it's not the next blank man, but he's directing the film called Batman and Superman. Like, he's gone on a proper tangent here. He's really been upset about this quote.
Wait until he directs Aquaman. That'd be funny.
Is he directing that one?
I hope so. I just hope so.
He seems to be really upset. He must be sitting at home going, "I can't believe Steven Spielberg said that. My vision is the best. I made fantastic film. I'm going to keep this genre alive. I will prove him wrong. I'm a better director than him. What's he done? He hasn't done anything. He's an old man. He doesn't know anything about films. I know what people want. I'm better than him. I will prove him wrong. Fuck Marvel.
You might say
they don't know what they're doing."
Throwing an American Ultra tantrum.
Most likely, yes. But at least he had the decency not to go out and fucking name names like a total prick, like that Maxwell Adams dude. I'll give Zach that. I mean, if he's gonna throw shade, at least he throwed it tastefully.
But it's also Ant-Man. I'd say that's considerably better than Man of Steel. Like I liked it a lot more. I liked it a lot more. It was vastly better because it was actually a superhero and B, a film.
I was enjoying Man of Steel until Zod got introduced. Now, I'm not saying anything bad about the actor who played Zod. The actor who played Zod is fine. It's fine. I like him. But it's just, after he gets introduced, the film just goes to shit.
Okay.
Film just goes to shit. I mean, that moment where he comes out of the nebulous void or whatever the fuck it is, and he's doing that weird, creepy thing on the TV like it's Penumbrum or Amnesia.
Oh, yeah.
You know, up until that point, it's like the film just goes to shit, and it's.
But up until that point, the film was nothing to me. Like, Zod is the only thing in that film that's entertaining.
The saving grace.
Yeah, he is the icon of that movie.
I will find him.
Zod is the Man of Steel. Vote Zod for president.
That's what people should be saying when they're looking for amiibos. I will find it.
Yeah. Oh my god. We need to do that.
We need to do a sketch.
Yeah.
Any local game stores willing to let us film there.
Well, we could check out the one we were at earlier.
We need a
Considering
Zod.
that had none of them.
Yeah,
record there.
Which was a bit suspicious. We walked into our current commercial video game store is simply called Game, and we walked in there, and there was the section where they had the amiibos were just gone.
Yeah, it was empty.
So we're a bit paranoid, so we actually asked the guy behind the counter where they are, and he was like, they're behind the counter. Yeah,
it was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
But, yeah, that'd be a great spot to film.
Yeah, I think we need to. This might be an idea. Colby Mark 2015 of September. Yes. So it just got me thinking. I mean, all right. So let's be realistic. Do you think Marvel's films could actually be above this whole end of a genre kind of deal? Do you think they could do something that actually like keeps them above it? Like, let's say this happens, and let's say we get 3 Marvel flops. They all flop, and then Marvel's like, well, we can't do anything. We can't recoup our losses. I mean, that will never happen, but because Disney's too wealthy.
The one thing I have to say with the Marvel films is that as soon as Robert Downey Jr. is gone, Chris Evans is gone, people are going to start caring a lot less. And if what I'm right about, they're going to be gone in the next phase. Like, phase 3, them two are going to be gone.
Are we in phase 3 or are we in phase 2?
Phase 2 has ended. Ant-Man was the end of phase 2.
Oh, I thought that was the start of Phase 3.
No, he was Captain America: Civil War was the start of Phase 3.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, once them two are gone, then people are going to start caring a lot less. The one thing that's going to really save them is how well Spider-Man is. If that's
their trump card.
Yeah, if Spider-Man doesn't do well, then, geez, guys, no one's going to care. It's going to fuck up.
Yeah, they really need to. That's probably why they'll most likely introduce Spider-Man within Civil War or one other film.
They did say he will be in Civil War.
Just to kind of say, just as a kind of like, piss, like, oh, Spider-Man's in this film, let's go see it. Oh, you want to see the end scene with Spider-Man? You want to see what he looks like?
They even did a little mention of him in, I think, Ant-Man. Like a little kid in Queens who crawls on walls. It's like, okay.
That is fairly funny. It's just like in a little bit off topic, but it's just like in GTA 5 when one of the characters is mentioning they're trying to pull a heist, and they mention a couple of people from the previous games, and they mention there was like, there was this one guy in Liberty City, but he went quiet.
Okay.
Which was nice, but I mean, I honestly, because you have to remember, I mean, this may sound a bit cliched, but with the Marvel films, it is like night and day.
Yeah.
Because you've got these bright, colourful, fun, just superheroes films, and then with the DC films, just from looking at them, it seems very
darkness,
old.
No parents.
It's old. Like no fun allowed, no parents allowed, basically. Yeah. And I mean, I honestly don't think that is really going to... the only people really going to see this film, unfortunately, seems to be just the DC fanboys. It's
going to be DC fanboys and the few people who like Harley Quinn and the people who want Wonder Woman to actually work. Which, that's going to be it.
I don't know if that's going to work.
I honestly... I hate the DC movies so far. Like, I mean, there's only been one, but it's been awful.
The lady playing Wonder Woman, I don't think she's a very good actress. I'm not going to go into any details about, he's not strong enough, he's not big enough.
Yeah.
No, she is unfortunately just seems to be a pretty face.
Yeah.
Who is a decent actor. You could have got someone much better.
I just hope the film's good, because Wonder Woman needs attention. She's the big part of the big trinity, and she's just forgotten. There's no cartoons. There's like one cartoon movie and a TV show, and that's it. She needs more.
She's gonna get a lot of love, mainly because she's a female, obviously.
Yeah.
And that is a bit of a shame. That's why no one has yet had their own show, except for like Agent 13 from Marvel. Or
she hasn't had a show.
Agent Carter.
Oh, Agent Carter. Yeah, that's Captain America's like love interest from the Captain America movie.
Oh,
she's got her show.
She's got her own show, which I hear is alright.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think
it's possible a character from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. who is superpowered will be getting a show, and then you got Jessica Jones's show coming out. I think November.
Okay.
Which I could be wrong.
The only issue I have with those shows is they look so cheaply made.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. the first season, it does look kind of cheap. From what I've heard, Agent Carter is good. Daredevil was amazing. So if Jessica Jones
obviously had a budget.
Yeah, if Jessica Jones has the same kind of budget as that, I can expect great things.
Well, we'll see. I mean, I just wanted to talk about these superhero films because I mean, yeah, like I said earlier on, I think no one's going to give a shit about them by 2020.
Yeah,
because you have to look at like everyone's spectrum. To be fair, DC has a lot of more original characters getting films coming near, where Marvel has more sequels, which I think Marvel's going to suffer for that.
Well, I mean, if you look at the next phase, most of them are new films, being like Black Panther, Doctor Strange, etc.
But they're still sequels, though.
Technically, but
you have to remember we still have Thor 3, and then we have
Captain
Infinity
America 3.
War Part 1 and Part 2.
And Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2.
Guardians of the Galaxy 2. There's a lot of sequels. I mean,
there are still some originals, though.
There are still some originals. I mean, Guardians of the Galaxy being the only one that you should really care about, personally.
I mean, I'm still interested in Doctor Strange because that shit just sounds crazy. And
if they put it off, but I hope they don't puss out.
I hope they do the mixture of horror and fantasy.
They won't.
I hope they do, because Doctor Strange, the comics, you should read some, because they go crazy. Like, they're psychedelic as hell.
If you want some psychedelic, crazy, messed up comic, you should read Animal Man.
No, I was going to say, DC need to do Animal Man. That would be like...
But they won't.
True, they won't.
That's going to be, like, the recurring theme for the next couple, like...
They should do this, but they
years.
won't.
They won't. It's like, oh, you should do that really good idea, but I know they won't.
Yeah.
Same with DC. You can say it about DC, Fox, Sony. They should. You know, I don't know.
Is it Alan Moore who did, or is it Grant, someone who did Animal Man? I can't remember.
I'm pretty sure both were involved.
Okay. Because, like, they love doing the whole breaking the fourth wall shit. Like, I love that. If so, they'd need to cameo in the film.
That would make sense. But I just feel that the only loser here is really going to be Zack Snyder.
Yeah.
Because if Batman v Superman fails, which I'm sure it probably won't, mainly because a lot of people are just going to go see it. I mean, I've
fanboys.
Something I've not told you is that I've actually spoken to a lot of much older people, parents, friends of friends of my mum's and all that, and other people, and I've asked them about Batman v Superman because it's common news. They know about it. The main thing that I'm getting from them is, I don't get it. Why are they fighting?
Yeah, exactly.
Now, I understand kids are going to make up a majority of profit,
yeah.
But at the same time, when you've got a lot of people going, what?
Yeah.
Why are they doing that? Obviously, the same could be said for when Captain America Civil War comes out. They were like, why are they fighting?
Yeah.
They're friends.
Yeah.
But at the same time, that's going to build intrigue. Because you're going to go, oh, but Captain America and they're friends. Why would they fight? Yeah. What is this about? What's the Civil War? When you got Batman v Superman, it's like, no, why are they fighting?
Exactly.
Oh, they're fighting over a building got destroyed?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Did you see Ben Affleck? He was sad.
Is Batman gonna fucking smile in this series?
I don't know. If we see him smile, I'm gonna put that as my wallpaper. I'll put that. I'll get a cutout and wear it.
Which film of the Tim Burton's films was it?
I remember.
When he does that smile.
Yeah, I think that's Batman Returns. I could be wrong. Like that, I love that.
He does that
image.
smile and it just lunges to someone, doesn't he? Oh man. That may,
so beautiful.
That may need to be the thumbnail.
Yeah. Like just the title. When does Batman smile?
Yeah. When does Batman smile? I want a. Give me a smile. But yes, I mean, personally, we'll kind of end this discussion. It's been going on for a bit long. I can't wait for the Marvel franchise and DC franchise to crash and burn. Do Guardians of the Galaxy 2, let it die.
Yeah.
Once Marvel, if that film comes out, get a DVD, get a Blu-ray, get another Rocket Raccoon toy, burn.
Okay.
That's my final statement. You do that film, and you burn.
Yeah.
Because I'm sick, I'm tired, you can move on to Star Wars, let that shit burn.
Yeah.
I don't care. Do something original. Do something.
What I want is, I just want some characters to have their own films. They don't need to be tied into anything, or give them a cartoon. Like, She-Hulk needs something. Zatanna, she has nothing. DC Comics, come on.
Is Sonya the Vampire DC?
Who?
No, I was thinking of Red Sonja. She's not DC, is she?
No, not that I know of. Unless she got acquired recently. But Zatanna, I love her.
But she's getting a TV show.
Is she?
Zatanna, the woman with the throwing things.
No, she's the magic one.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, she says everything backwards.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
No, she doesn't need a film.
She needs
to be duoed with someone like Doctor Strange. That's what she needs to be.
That's the thing. She's in Justice League Dark at the moment.
The guy with
Dr. Fate.
The helmet. Yeah.
Dr.
She needs to be with him. Give Dr. Fate a film and have her team up with him.
She's in Justice League Dark, which has Constantine, who had his show that ended. She could. They could give a Zatanna show, and he could team up with her. Considering he doesn't have his show anymore.
That makes sense. Constantine is a very interesting character that you can base a TV series off, but that got cancelled, did it?
Yeah, it got cancelled because not many people were watching, because obviously they didn't know what it was. And the only people... Yeah, a lot of people didn't know what it was, so... Yeah.
They need to promote that shit heavy. Most people don't know what the fuck Daredevil is, but that shit did well.
Yeah. Well, that's because...
What's Daredevil about?
It's because it's on Netflix, and obviously...
Am I going to see some parkour fails?
I'm sure there'll be some special features when they get to release and someone falling over.
He broke his hand in 7 different places. Yes, but I guess we'll leave that. This is a discussion we're going to be talking about for time. I mean, we haven't got any more Marvel DC films coming out this year. No, we're done, aren't we?
Yeah, I think so.
We're done.
Next year is when they
next year we got Batman v Superman and Civil War and I Don't Care, and then
basically films from now on, next month, all you're going to hear is Star Wars, and that won't even be out then.
You certainly will not.
Huh?
Not if I have
Oh no, not on here, just from people around the world.
I was about to say.
No, not on here.
You have a damn button of Star Wars, you can fuck off.
No, like, everyone else is going to be Star Wars, Star Wars, Star Wars, and we'll be like, here's some game news.
And I've already said this, whether on recording or not, if this film is shit and crashes and burns, I'm going to talk about this film. Yeah. And I'm going to talk, and I'm going to talk, and I'm going to talk. I'm going to get you on the podcast, I'm going to get Ferret on the podcast, I'm going to get Therese on the podcast, I'm going to get everyone on this podcast, and I'm going to talk about why this film failed and why their plan failed.
Okay.
And there's a promise. I will hunt them down, and I will find them.
You had to go there. But yeah, I'm going to watch this film, and I'm going to give my unbiased Star Wars opinion, because there's very little...
Be the first to see it.
Well, it's coming out in England before America, so...
Which is great.
Yeah.
Maybe we can get a review on someone's channel early.
Yeah. Exclusive Star Wars.
It's an exclusive. But yes,
that for all our American people.
I don't need to know that. So that pretty much ends our podcast, but before we do that, we have to end it with the video of the week, which is going to be linked to Pokemon Go. Yeah. And that is simply the... it's from some guys called Mega64. Great guys, always do awesome comedy sketches based on games. They have a podcast, which is also very good. Highly recommend go watching more of the videos after you watch this. And it's basically, when you go to Pokemon Go, you go to Pokemon Go.
I loved this video. This was great.
I won't say too much about this video other than it may be predicting the future of Pokemon Go next year and possibly some first world problems. But yes, that is going to be the video of the week, which you can find in the description, and that is going to pretty much wrap up podcast episode 19. Getting close to October.
Yeah, we are.
Getting close to the dark month. I think this is the last podcast going up on September.
I think so, yeah.
Should be. So hopefully, whether it's going to be by videos or by the podcast, we may be able to have like a couple things being Halloween themed going up on this channel. So stay tuned and listen out for that. No, copyright strike.
Oh, no.
But yeah, so you've got that to look forward to. I'm looking forward to October.
Yeah.
I know you are.
I love October.
I think everyone is, really.
Exactly. It's like Christmas.
To some extent, mainly because we get to go see that video of that guy in the pumpkin moss dancing again. You can only watch that video during October.
It's true. If you watch it before, it's not funny. As soon as it hits October, like 12, like midnight, and then it goes to 1, like...
I will be sending you that video.
I already have it looping on my laptop, and I'm like, okay.
We'll probably have to do that for the next podcast. Just have like certain gifts. Either have a skeleton looping for one of us, and that guy. But you know, we're giving away all our surprises for the next couple months.
They're spoiled.
We probably best like wrap it up now anyway. So I'll end it as always. I am the Angry Raccoon,
and I am Ace,
and we'll see you on the next one.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Right, laters, guys.